Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. We're going to continue our conversation about September Suicide Prevention Month. Today, we have a chance to talk to Howard Schlick, the owner of a NASCAR, who's collaborating with Dave Reed from Improved Memory to make sure that we honor the life and the legacy of Ron Esau, who was a mentor to his son, Ricky Schlick. Ricky Schlick is the comeback kid. He's coming back on the track. He took a little mental break, you know, from all this challenges in life, and he's coming back with a vengeance. And I know that you are so kind, Howard, to pick OC Autism as an organization to help and sponsor in this process. I know the people and the organization that is co-sponsoring the event, that has their logos on their car. These funds go to helping OC Autism continue to serve people with disability, to give people more opportunities, but more importantly, to be there for you and us as parents with kids with special needs who also go through a lot of mental health challenges, that we need to be around for each other. So I just want to say thank you, Howard, for your great idea to get Ricky back on the track and for us to collaborate again.
Well, I'd say, Julie, it's the OC Autism Foundation. If it wasn't for that, that builds me up. That gives me hope to give back to the community of OC Autism. You know, I've got a great company. I've been in business over 65 years, and it's a family-owned business. My parents.
What's your company's name again?
S&J Towing.
S&J Towing.
Out of Pomona. My dad started it back in the 50s when he was a Pomona police officer.
Oh, wow.
He was a police officer at night, and he worked the gas station during the daytime. So he did two things, you know. And from that situation forward till now, you know, I've been there my whole life. I've never had another job. I've never been anywhere else in my life.
So you're continuing the family legacy.
Yeah, and I told my son, you know, it's a little joke. I said, when you're done racing, son, you know, I get to retire. So, you know, but
you're too young to retire.
No,
we're best friends. We're about the same age.
Yes, you know, I'm only 37, but
okay.
You know, I'm still in the ballpark for everybody else. But you know, it's something that brings me up, and for my son, you know, it's something to go and do, and racing outside brings you back. You get outside, you're outside, you're not inside. Right. And the people you meet, we meet people daily out there that we've never even come in contact with, and they've been racing for years too.
Yes.
So I say you know, with my company's been as long as it has. With my NASCAR team, I started when my son was 10 years old.
Wow.
You know,
and how old is he now?
He's 25.
25 years old. Okay.
Yeah. So, and he's been from the little go-karts to the legend cars and to the big NASCARs. So he's just like baseball. He's done the whole 9 yards, and so, and that's big inspiration to me. Is he's dedicated his life to helping others.
Okay.
You know, especially his sister Rachel. You know, who has autism. That's why his cars. We have racing for Rachel on the cars. You know, OC Foundation. You know, you've been up there. You've met my daughter personally. You know, and it's a light of joy when you have somebody with your experience come up and help somebody. You know, to get her going. You know, and I saw the light in my little girl's eyes when you were up there, and I'm just going. You know, and you told me, you know, okay, Howard, quit talking baby talk, talk normal to her, because you know, at that time I think she was 17 or 18.
Yes.
And every day to me is, you know, talking to you, and you know, I'm glad I can afford to do what I'm doing and helping others. You know, so we're putting on this big race, and Tim from Orendale Speedway, Huddleston, he's a great man. He's going to get us a suite, give us unlimited tickets we want to give to family members. To hey, call up OC Autism Foundation, give Julie a call, and you know, give them names and stuff. Families, bring your kids. We don't care how many you got. Bring as many as you want. So.
But then we're going to be giving them the VIP experience, the pit experience. Yeah. They're going to go to the private suite. So, you know, Howard, like I said, you have the means to help people, but most importantly, you have the heart. So thank you so much for setting aside a little piece of your heart for us. Thưa quý vị, hôm nay Julie có thời gian giới thiệu cho quý vị Howard Schlick. Howard Schlick là một người bạn thân của Julie. Julie nói chuyện với Howard cũng giống như mỗi ngày hay mỗi tuần. Giống như Howard nói, giống như là một cái marriage, like we're kind of married, right? And so, but you know, more importantly, Julie thấy đó là chừng nào mình có một cái người bạn giống như Howard, mình thì mình có một cái người mình nói chuyện, mình không có buồn, mình không có quên, mình không có quê gì hết. Chừng nào mình có cái bữa nào khó khăn, mình có một cái người bạn đó mình gọi, mình thăm, mình sẽ giao nhau, mình thấy là mình khỏe hơn. Julie hy vọng quý vị để dành thời gian ngày 17 tháng 9 để cho mình tới tham dự cái chương trình đây. Tại nhiều người Việt Nam của mình có mặc cảm, mình có depression, mình có căng thẳng, mà mình cũng làm cái việc gì giống như mãi mà mình không có làm cái việc khác. So cái chương trình đây là cái chương trình rất là khác biệt cho người Việt Nam của mình. Thường mình đâu có đi racetrack, mình đâu có đi Irwindale Speedway, mà chừng nào quý vị có con em khuyết tật, hay chừng nào quý vị có mặc cảm, hoặc có khó khăn gì về cái bệnh sức khỏe tâm thần, thì chừng nào quý vị liên lạc OC Autism, Julie sẵn sàng cho vé tới tham dự cái chương trình đây. Số điện thoại của OC Autism là 714 799 3030. Một lần nữa đó là 714 799 3030. Đó là số văn phòng của Julie. Howard là một cái người cha mà có con có con bị tự kỷ. Đó là Rachel. Mà Racing for Rachel là một cái tên mình để lên chiếc xe race car, because Ricky là một người con của Howard mà rất thương Rachel, giữ Rachel, thương Rachel. I would just want to say, Ricky's relationship with Rachel is just amazing. To have a brother who loves his sister so much, who's willing to do so much and everything for her. A lot of people don't understand what the autism spectrum looks like. There are kids who are just nonverbal and have a lot of behaviors, and they have so many thoughts, but they can't share it. And there are kids like my kids who are very verbal, but very selective in who they want to talk to. I'm kind of that too. As I got healthier mentally, I'm very selective in who I think deserves my time. I'm very selective in who and how I spend my time and which community events I go to, Howard.
Exactly.
So I think, like I joke with you, everybody needs a Howard in their life, because it's just having a friend who doesn't judge, having a friend who's there for you, for me to just be honest with you. Like when you're honest with me and said, hey, I hit my head and I hurt myself.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I want to just ask a little bit about that. What was that experience for you with that when you got hurt and injured? Did that scare you?
Well, of course it did. I mean, when something happens like that to you, like I said, I had heart surgery in '92, so I have aortic valve in my heart. So I take blood medicine every single day. And to get a little cut on my forehead, which it wouldn't stop bleeding because my blood was too thin, and I put pressure on, nothing happened. So, so I had to call 911 because I just couldn't get it to stop. And I called my brother and my secretary. They drove out to my house and saw me sitting there. My face was all, black and blue, and I went to the hospital. But if it wasn't for me reaching out to others, I probably wouldn't be sitting here,
Right.
And especially with the autism stuff or the suicide prevention people. You got to reach out and call somebody, talk to anybody,
Right.
even if it's your brother, your sister, your neighbor.
I mean, for you have your brother, you have your staff, you have me as a friend. You have a huge network support. But I think where we differ with the suicide prevention part of it, Howard, is that we have that last ounce of energy, but we reach out.
Yeah.
And if we don't reach out, we won't have this interview. If we don't reach out, we won't have this continued growing friendship. So I hope one day I get gray enough. I think I have 4 gray hair. Sometimes I pick it because I have one that wires out.
I see one.
Do you see it? But I think, it's really being there for each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important message, Howard, is, you got to reach out. Yeah, you hit your head. But sometimes, we think we can do it alone. We think it's not that big of a deal. But the truth is, it is a big deal.
It is.
The
it's
little
very much.
sad thoughts you have, the very lonely thoughts you have, share it with somebody, But I think once we get it it grows too big, then we don't want to share it or burden somebody else.
Well, you take it back to what you just said. Everybody thinks they can do it themselves. You can't. You can't do it yourself.
Yeah.
You can tie your shoes, put your pants on by yourself, but something serious is
like
that.
Like mental health.
Mental health, you got to keep yourself, eat good foods, go out and do some walk, even if you walk around the block or anything like that. It's just take care of yourself first, then you can take care of people after you take care of yourself first. But the number one person is you first.
Yeah. Well, the problem is you and I are givers. I think it took us a long time to learn how to receive, right? Yeah. I think in doing this event, you and I both learned how to receive. And we are now learning that our network of support is huge. And we have this family of support. You know, so we're going to go to a commercial break, but let's talk more about the details about the event on the 17th of September.
Sounds great.
Julie, cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Howard. Howard nhắc quý vị đó, chừng nào quý vị có mặc cảm, có khó khăn, mình có căng thẳng đó, thì mình phải nên đòi hỏi cái sự giúp đỡ của người bạn của mình, cái người gia đình của mình. Sau vòng quảng cáo chúng tôi sẽ nói chi tiết thêm về cái chương trình ngày 17 tháng 9 ở Irwindale Speedway. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV.